What's up, people? Welcome back to the Pokemon PureRed Catch-em-all. Last time we finished up Mount Moon. I think there's some new stuff in Cerulean and around it, but I'm not sure exactly what that is, so I think we're just going to kind of walk around and find out. I guess, start in this house next to Pokemon Center, see what this dude wants. Do you want to trade your Pidgeotto for Seal? That sounds like something we might be able to do. And obviously I'm not going to trade away my MVP Pidgey. Maybe there's Pidgeotto nearby. You want $1 million bike? What a ripoff. Slowbro, use Sonic Boom. Loafing around. Me too, brother. I want to see what new things are here. So we got Pokeballs, obviously. Repels. Repels might come in handy eventually once we catch Pokemon. It's kind of interesting that it took until here to get Repels, but... Yo, it's me, the TM Pirate. Bringing TMs to the place they should be. I'm selling TMs that I copied from my dad's originals. Because this guy's burning CDs. Want some? Yeah, let's see what you got. All he has is Bide. So I guess this is a way to get copies of TMs. I think that's what he said, I guess. Wow. It's nice that you can basically reuse TMs for a fee at least. I'm a Pokeball designer. Silphco creates Capture Tech. I design the look. Check out my latest design in all its blue glory. Oh, nice, Scribble. I can't think of anything good. Maybe you could help. Want to become my assistant? Sure. This is a side quest I know they added into the game, but I don't know a lot about it. Ready to start. Go to my dark room over there and grab the camera. Take some photos with it, find me some inspiration. Oh, that's cool. I'm in a dark room. And we got a camera. I'm not really sure what to do with this thing. Got my new camera? Good. I wrote down some concepts that may inspire me on the clipboard. Take a look. A man in a straw hat tending a green field. Neat. Of course, we'll save the gym. I'm the fishing guru. I simply love fishing. Do you like to fish? Obviously. I like your style. Take this and fish, young one. And nice. So I did know they put the old rod here earlier, which is super nice, because that means we can immediately start catching some Pokemon we haven't had access to. There is a hidden item back here. Wow, I didn't expect it to be right there. Yeah, I kind of hoped maybe that there was more to do in Cerulean City. That just means we can go ahead and catch some more Pokemon. So we're actually going to go over to Route 4 first, and then I'll do some fishing as well. So on to Route 4. There are a few things I'm looking for. And here's the first one. Lil Poliwag. And there we go. Got Poliwag. Not much to say about Poliwag. Its newly grown legs prevent it from running. It appears to prefer swimming than trying to stand. Not much to say about Poliwag, but I do like Poliwrath quite a bit. And Poliwhirl was Red's main Pokemon in the Pokemon manga. No Politoed. I think Politoed is obviously the most popular of the Poliwag evolution just because of Drizzle. No weather, though. Next up is Sandshrew. Now, I liked this Pokemon quite a bit when I was a kid, but now I just kind of don't. I thought Sandslash was super sick, and now I'm just kind of bored by it. It doesn't really seem to do a lot of things unique, although in this game, something that they did was they made our normal type to get stab slashes, which is something. And Sandshrews ours. Burrows deep underground in arid locations, far away from water. It only emerges to hunt for food. Ooh, Squirtle! Yeah, this is where you can get Wild Squirtle. Now, I'm hoping that this thing's not too much of a pain to catch, but I guess we're gonna find out. This thing should have pretty good defenses. I think I need to risk by a Duskclaw. Yeah, perfect. Now, I have 6 Pokeballs, and I have 2 Great Balls. I'm gonna try the Pokeballs first. I can always buy more, but I want to save the Great Balls. Wow, well, first try. Let's go. Squirtle was caught. Our second starter Pokemon. After birth, its back swells and hardens into a shell, powerfully sprays foam from its mouth. And here we go, our last Pokemon is going to be Pidgeotto. And of course we have Pidgey out here. I think this is supposed to be a reference to the anime where Ash had that Pidgeotto really early. There is a reason, besides wanting to catch all the Pokemon, that I want to get this. Because Pidgey will be Pidgeotto soon, but it's going to serve as a purpose. And so now that we have that random Pidgeotto that we found, do you want to trade your Pidgeotto for Seal? Yes. Yes, I do. Because I would never trade my ace. But I will trade a random Pokemon that I found in the grass that I do not have an emotional connection to yet. What a cute sprite. The protruding horn on its head is very hard. It is used for bashing through thick ice. Slappy. What a name for seal. Alright, now that we have Slappy the seal, I do want to do some fishing. There should be one, at least, Pokemon that I can get here. Let's find out. Oh, it's a bite. And here is Goldeen. Could be some potential Pokemon coming up. Its tail fin billows like an elegant ballroom dress, giving it the nickname of the Water Queen. So with all that catching out of the way, I'm going to do a bit of grinding, some team shuffling before we go take on Nugget Bridge. And here we go. Our next starter evolution. Squirtle evolved into Wartortle. Often hides in water to stalk unwary prey. For swimming fast, it moves its ears to maintain balance. And of course, we had to get our Ace's evolution. Where we get our own Pidgeotto. That we're keeping this time. Very protective of its sprawling territorial area, this Pokemon will fiercely peck at any intruder. So you can see the team that I've decided on. We have Pidgeotto, Ivysaur, Mankey, and new member, Goldeen. I decided Goldeen over Seal just because it's a little bit faster and has a bit more move coverage with Horn Attack and Peck. So if I need it to cover some gaps, I think it should be pretty good. And so let's go ahead and head on up to Nugget Bridge. Ugh. This dude. It's Jay. Everyone's least favorite person. Yo, Phoenix. You're still struggling along back here? I'm doing great. I caught a bunch of strong and smart Pokemon. The point is, we're about to beat his ass again. Jay wants to fight. I bet he does. He's gonna send out Beedrill, and I got my ace out front, Pidgeotto, of course. He's gonna Light Screen. I think most of my team is physical attackers, minus Ivysaur. He's gonna Focus Energy. That actually works in this game, funny enough, but it shouldn't matter too much, because I'm just gonna Quick Attack it. No match for Pidgeotto. Now, you can see from the overlay, it'll be shifting as we fight here, but each time you face your rival, they actually end up having different teams based on your starter. So it's not just one or two Pokemon swapped out, it's like a full team makeover, which I think is pretty neat. Lets you see a bunch of different stuff. So, like, for example, he probably wouldn't have a Krabby, normally. And on the other teams, he definitely doesn't. No match for Ivysaur, though. Wing Attack. Pidgeotto is just a monster. I think Jake should have come more prepared to this fight. And finally, Charmeleon. Now, once again, I'm sticking to my guns here. He's gonna Smoke Screen and miss. Hilarious. Also going to Leech Seed. He's gonna Duskclaw. Interesting Duskclaw, not Ember, but who am I to judge? You know, I brought Goldeen for this fight. Maybe I can say that Bulbasaur beats Charmander, or in this case, Ivysaur beats Charmeleon. I can probably whittle him down, although let's see how much this does. Quite a bit. But I'll get some health back. Now, I don't want to stay in for here for this point. Yeah, that was a crit. I do want to go and switch in Goldeen. I brought Goldeen specifically for this Charmeleon. It has some pretty great type coverage here. The accuracy shouldn't matter too much just because I have the constant damage on Charmeleon. The last bit of desperation here as the Poison and Leech Seed eats him away. Did Goldeen even need to use a move? She did right at the end. Look, I'm taking that as a dub for Ivysaur beating Charmeleon because Goldeen did like 1 damage there at the end. Shoutouts to Ivysaur. And once again, Jay goes down. Hey, take it easy. You won already. Better get rolling. Smell you later. Only dude that uses Smellulator, and it's always lame as hell. Well, now we have Nugget Bridge, actually. But I do obviously want to kind of mix up my team comp yet again. You can see some returning faces to the team. We have Ekans and Growlithe. Both, I think, can hopefully do something cool here and help us out. But also, I just want to level them up because they get some cool moves, and we'll get closer to evolution, at least in Ekans' case. So there's a few trainers on Nugget Bridge 5, I believe, and we'll just knock them out. This is Nugget Bridge. Beat us 5 trainers and win a fabulous prize. Think you got what it takes? A bug catcher. Level 18 Metapod. Yeah. You know, it's too bad that they didn't have the technology to make it so that you couldn't leave Nugget Bridge. Because, like, anytime you run into any kind of trouble here, obviously you just run back to Cerulean and heal. It would be much harder if instead you had to run the gauntlet. Now, this Beedrill might be a problem, especially for Ekans. Let's get Goldeen some proper love here. Didn't really get to do much against Jay. Horn Attack should be able to shred through this thing. Wow. Even with Hardens, didn't do a lot. Never thought I'd see the day of having a stalled Beedrill, but here we are. Woo, good stuff. Next up. I'm second. Now it's serious. What you got? So the Sing wants to hit, but not my 2 Supersonics. Okay. I see how it is. Well, I really got, like, max turns of sleep there, it felt like. So, I'm just going to do some good old switch training. Critical hit! Alright, whatever. Nothing Mankey can't handle. Maybe not the wisest thing to try and train up some of those kind of weaker Pokemon I have, but I didn't really want to grind and I wanted to get through this next section. I'm assuming that the creator of this, definitely gave these Pokemon, or at least the trainers, he revamped their lineups, which I appreciate. Doesn't make it less annoying though. Once Ekans gets Glare, I think that's just GG, right? Pretty powerful strategy. How can I lose? Number 3. It won't be easy. Something tells me you will be. Although leading with a Machop is a pretty good start. Luckily, I did just go get Ember. Decided enough is enough. That did so much damage. Get a burn? Nope. Ugh. Poor Growlithe is on the struggle bus. The duo, I hate this thing. I have too many scars from when it just like destroyed my my early Pokemon back on like Route 1. Hopefully this doesn't do too much. Another crit. Now I'm on the side of the crits. Okay. Nugget Bridge got hands. I can appreciate that. But can they appreciate this Vine Whip? Ow. Stomp flat. What a thing to say after getting beat. Okay, surely 4th time's the charm for our poor little Growlithe trying to get any kind of experience it can. Arcanine's going to be a monster. It's just a matter of getting there. Okay, missing the Sand Attack is a good start. That did like nothing though. Even with Stab. Another crit. And Growlithe gets its first KO in like 10 hours of game time. Ponyta next. That's what we have Goldeen for. Although I probably shouldn't be afraid of any kind of fire move from it. And level 16 for Growlithe, so that was worth it. And 18 for Goldeen. Bubble Beam. Yeah, Goldeen, good choice, I think, to bring it right now. Over the Seal, although I do plan on using the Seal eventually. It's cool that they put another option so early in the game. It's like they deprived you of water types other than Squirtle until this moment, and then you get a plethora. I lost 2. Number 5. I'll stomp you. Yeah, I'll believe when I see it, dude. Now, Mankey is fast. Yep, that's not gonna help. Get some status damage. That actually did quite a bit of damage. More than I expected. I should have seen that Dusclaw coming. Ooh, see how much bite does. Not enough to stay in. I'm actually going to read the Dusclaw again and go into Pidgeotto. Low kick. Not that it matters very much. And that was it? Just a level 18 Mankey? The first dude was tougher than you, with the Metapod and the Beedrill. Whoa, too much! And now that we're done with that, we can get our fabulous prize. You beat our 5 contest trainers. Get the nugget. Would you like to join Team Rocket? We're a group dedicated to evil using Pokemon. Want to join? What a pitch. You know, I can't say that I've ever not liked evil, I guess. Are you sure? Come on, join us. I'm telling you to join. Then you need convincing. I'll make you an offer you can't refuse. What if I wanted to join? There's a game for that. It's Pokemon Rocket Red. Pretty popular, apparently. Here's Growlithe versus Ekans. You can probably do a Bite Quick Attack combo. Finish this thing off. Hopefully I don't get poison here. And of course I do. Go to Quick Attack, finish this thing off. I'm gonna send out an Aber next. I don't know if I should be afraid of this. I'm gonna go and Bite. Psywave. I forgot how much damage. I think it's 30 damage. But I don't think I can live another one. Well, if I Quick Attack. If this Quick Attack takes it out, which it should, it won't matter. Yeah. So Growlithe's now finally starting to get some good use here. Now Zubat's a Pokemon I don't trust whatsoever. I also don't have a good answer to it. I really need like a solid rock ground type, which I guess I could train up a Geodude, give me some good resistance to Pokemon like this that I'm sorely missing, but at the same time with the team kind of constantly in flux. Did I lose that speed tie? That's garbage. Back to Growlithe. Quick attack. I do want to use Ekans more. I like Arbok, and it got some buffs that will help. You can just Ember. I think Growlithe just clears. Yep. Critical hit even to finish it off. Growlithe soloed this. It struggled throughout all of Nugget Bridge and then just beat this Rocket Dude up. And I really appreciate that. Thanks. Thanks, Growlithe. Arg. You are good. Damn right I am. With your ability, you could become a top leader in Team Rocket. Too bad. So, we're actually going to end the episode there. We finished Nugget Bridge, beat up Jay once again, and caught a few Pokemon. And on the next episode, we're going to go north of Cerulean, explore Route 5, and then take on Misty in the Cerulean Gym. Until next time.